Observations, and Electronic Column, Volume 1, Number 4, The Age of Synthesis by ecologist Audrey Randolph, author of Necessary Oneness, available via Amazon.com. December 15th, 2012. The present age should not proceed without description. As we can see, we have passed the millennium and have become engaged in the age of technology and information, where we are absorbed in the luxury of leisure as we leap in speed through cyberspace. We as a nation have come far, going past times that required our preparing and creating things as we look to others to perform those now designated time-consuming and boring tasks like raising animals for food and gardening and canning and sewing our clothes and even cooking our foods. These are basics that we relinquish to others, even to our detriment sometimes, as outsourced preps and creations are not always done with the oversight necessary to maintain standards of care, construction, content, and continuity for longevity. And planned obsolescence is almost in everything now. For example, some of us have purchased a toy that has had lead in it, or sheetrock that has released toxic fumes. Or some of us have purchased foods that have been engineered or contain toxic ingredients. And items are broken after the allowed time during which they can be returned for refund or exchange. And sometimes items have broken within days of purchase or hours of purchase and are labeled made in China, and we don't return them either. Consequently, in exchange for leisure and modernity, as time passes, we can lose our money, our good health, and sometimes our very lives. This exchange causes some of the collateral damage that we suffer for our move into depending on others for our sustenance and maintenance in the age of synthesis. Yes, we have moved from the age of the agrarian society to the age of the Industrial Revolution to the age of technology and information to now the age of synthesis. This is the time where everything seems to be coming together into a oneness. We can now focus on and function within the global society. We now reach and respond within vacant space, it seems. We now can work at home without having to commute and congregate to achieve our job tasks. We now can transmit data in nanoseconds. We are no longer in the lockstep progression of the Industrial Revolution. We operate via processes that are interconnected and interwoven, blending and merging within concentric, overlapping Venn diagrams of actions. This is not new. We are not aware of the intricacies. Oneness is more obvious now as it has become more necessary than ever as we live in a world not singly and are able to see and even know our brothers and sisters in the family of the world. The oneness of the age of synthesis places demands on us. It requires and it requires us to discipline and protect ourselves within our new world by being aware of emerging developments, by acquiring knowledge on where to find information, by using wisdom to ascertain intent of messages, by controlling our selection and use of the myriad of offerings with which we are bombarded, by developing and using teaching and learning methods that involve intrapersonal communication, by enhancing interpersonal relationships that have been distanced by social media, and by respecting differences as we engage unconditional love. Much is required of us because we are more aware now that we are not alone. We need a systemic view. Now we see the whole, not just the parts. Required units will make the whole work, and the cogs interconnect, moving the whole as it functions. We need to see the whole picture. We must know that we construct meaning as we interpret, and that the construction is based on the totality of what we have learned within the assets and liabilities of our DNA. We must know that our democracy requires us to avoid manipulation by conveyors of information, messengers who present distorted ideas or who allow laundering of ideas and money via super PACs which avoid disclosure. We need to research, examine, and evaluate more than ever now to see how the parts relate to the whole picture. The age of synthesis will evolve into something else soon, and it will be the age of spirituality when most people will begin to realize that we are truly not our bodies. This will certainly be a revolutionary age, and it will extend into new earth times. For now, most of us will find ourselves dealing with synthesis, while a select few will move beyond to spirituality. Spirituality is the ultimate part of the whole of all humankind. So let's look at the big picture to see the wholeness and to see oneness as we construct meaning and meet challenges while living in the age of synthesis. Observation is an electronic column produced monthly by ecolumnist Audrey Randolph and technical director Carrie Sellers. If you have questions or comments, please contact Audrey Randolph at rocketmail.com.